Liking a post is one of the most interesting features in famous social media apps like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. And I'm 100% sure that you have liked millions of posts up until now in Facebook or Instagram. But did you ever think about it, how this technology works? Yes, those people who is watching this series from starting, they are familiar with this. But those who have not watched this series and are new to this video, first of all, most welcome, and I will show you our like feature of the app in a while. And you can also watch this series if you want to learn how to write clean and maintainable code for the apps in Flutter. So in the previous video, we have implemented our post Cubit. We create the post, we read the post, we also update the post, and finally we delete the post also. But we left one method of liking post by saying that we will implement this feature with beautiful animation of like as we have in the Instagram app. So first of all, let's go to the remote data source implementation and go a bit up here and look at this like post method. Inside the method, we have the post collection, the current UID of the user, the post reference on the particular post ID, and then we are checking the condition on the post document reference. Like if it was exist, we are storing the likes field in the single variable. Its type is list and name is likes. And we are also storing the total likes fields in the final variable. And also we are checking the condition if the likes in a single document of the post contains the current UID, the current user UID. Then update this post by updating only the likes array or list by removing the current user UID from it, and simply also decrement total likes by 1. If it contains the current UID, remove it and decrement the total likes by 1. And in the else condition, we are simply doing its opposite. Like if it was not exist, simply update it by adding a single value by calling array union and simply add the current user UID in the like list and simply increment the total likes by 1. And that's it. That's what this like post feature of the app does. And now what we are going to do is just to go to for the post directory in the presentation layer. Inside this, if you look at, we have widgets. Inside the widgets, we will create a new Dart file and will name it like animation widget. And then inside it, we are gonna have a stateful widget and its name will be like animation widget. And also make sure to import Flutter material Dart. So we have created our stateful widget, we import our Flutter material.dart. And to animate the like on the post like we have in the real Instagram, in Flutter we are going to use the tween animations of Flutter. The tween is basically the interpolation between the beginning and the ending values. You will see it in a while that what kind of beginning and ending value I'm talking about. But before doing anything, first of all, we are gonna have some fields in the constructor of like animation widget. So first field is going to be final widget and child. That will be one of the field which will be required when we call the like animation widget. And next field will be final duration and its name will also be the duration. And the next field will be final boolean and its name will be is like animating, like if the like is animating or not. And the last field will be final void callback, a simple callback function. It will be nullable and its name will be on like finish. And that's it. Now come to this like animation widget constructor, hold Alt and enter. If you're using Android Studio, this little window will appear it is saying add final field formal parameters. Hit enter and these will be added in the constructor. Those who are not nullable, they have the required field before this dot duration like this, and those who are nullable, they do not have the required before them. So we have added our fields in the constructor also, and we are gonna need all of them while liking or animating our like if we double tap on our post. And next we are going to have two fields of animation controller provided by Flutter, and it will be like it will initialize in the init state will be equal to, not equal to, but only the controller. And next we are gonna have let animation and its name will be the scale. And now to interact with tweens and work with them, we have to inherit our stat class with the single ticker provider. Here we will say with single ticker provider stat mixin, and that's it. And next in the init stat we will do simply initialize the controller will becomes equal to animation controller, and vsync will be this. Put semicolon here, and this vsync is basically keeps the track of the screen so that Flutter does not render the animations when the screen is not being displayed. And next parameter we are gonna have is duration, and this duration will going to accept the duration and millisecond, and these milliseconds will be our widget dot duration dot in milliseconds. Like when we call this widget, we will specify how much millisecond this like animation will stay, like it will appear and disappear after some duration. So we will pass this duration when we call this, that's why we did it like this. The milliseconds will be widget duration in milliseconds. So after this, let's look at this single ticker provider stat mixin. It's apparent from its name that it will provide a single ticker. So what are these tickers and what that does? These tickers can be used by any widget that want to be notified every time a frame change triggers, like the animations occur in Flutter. And this mixin provides a single ticker that is configured to only tick while the current tree is enabled, like enable or disable tickers, and thus the animation controllers in the widget subtree. And this single trigger provider is only used when you have only one animation controller in the stat. As we are going to have only one animation controller just because we are animating only one single like, and if you have multiple animation controllers objects over the lifetime of the stat, you can use the ticker provider mixin instead of the single ticker provider mixin, like the ticker provider stat mixin instead of this single ticker provider stat mixin. And after this initializing the controller, we are going to have to also initialize this scale. The scale will becomes equal to the tween, and also we have to set the animation type to double, and also this tween type to double. And this is going to have the values of begin and also the end. As I said in the starting that the tween is basically the interpolation between the beginning and the ending values. So we are going to specify the beginning and the ending values of the animation of the tween animation. The begin value will be 1 and the end value will be like 1.2. And then we will do dot animate, and inside this we will pass the parent animation controller, and that's it. And next in this stat we are going to have one more override method. It will be did update widget. So what this did update widget does? This did update widget will only be called when the current displaying widget is replaced by some other widget. So inside this did update widget, we will check the condition. First of all, let's remove this to do from here and check if the widget dot is like animating of our current widget is not equal to old widget dot is like animating. If our current new is like animating widget field is not equal to the old widget is like animating, so inside this we will call begin like animation, and this is going to be a method which we are going to create in a while. So let's implement it, copy it from here and paste it right here, and this will simply be an asynchronous call method. And inside this we will do if the widget dot is like animating was true, so we will do await the controller dot forward. We will send the controller forward first, and then we will again do await controller dot reverse, and then we will simply await future dot delayed is accept duration. Duration will be milliseconds 200. So what we are doing here is checking the condition. If is like was animating, we will send the controller forward and reverse and wait for 200 millisecond, and after this we will do if the widget dot on like finish is not equal to null, so we will simply call the on widget dot on like finish method to end or finish the like animation. So that will be it. And in the build method we are gonna have the scale transition, and the scale will be the scale our variable, this variable, and the second variable and the second parameter will be child, and this will be our widget dot child. That's it. Hold Ctrl Alt Shift L and hit enter to format the code, and that was it for our like animation widget. Now let's go to the post card widget to animate our like. So where it was, go a bit up here, not here, it's open bottom model sheet, and we have to call this like first of all on the here this container, the area where we are showing our post image URL. So first of all in here we will cut this container from here, and we will do stack children, and inside this stack we will paste this container, and right after this container we are going to have an icon of like icons dot favorite, and its size will be a bit huge as we are showing it on the post. So it will be, let's say 100, and its color will be colors dot white. And that was it for the icon. Now we will wrap this icon with our widget. That widget will be our like animation widget. Now let's import this widget. Now after this it accepts some parameters, put comma here, hit enter, and again it required the duration first of all. So the duration will be duration in milliseconds 200, and the is like animating will be our external variable, which name will also be is like animating, and copy it from here, go up here and create a boolean field or variable, paste right here, it will be false. Now copy it and come down here, and after this there will be on like finish. Let's remove this comma from here. So on like finish, this will be a method which will set the state is like animation to false. Like when the animation ends on like finish, it will set the is like animating to false, and we also have to make it true to show some animation, which we are going to do right now. So again, we will wrap this like animation widget with another widget. Its name will be animated opacity, and inside this we will do the duration will be duration milliseconds and also 200, and its opacity will also be, we will do the if the like is animating true, so we will show 1, otherwise 0. So this was the animated opacity to show or make the favorite icon invisible. Like when we double tap this, it will appear for some time, for some millisecond, and directly it will disappear. So after this we have to do one more thing. We will wrap this tag with the widget. That widget will be the gesture detector, and when this taps, not tap but on double tap, we will do to call the like post method and simply set the stat is like animating equal to true. And this like post method is not implemented right now, so we will copy it and down here with this, after this delete post method, we will implement this like method. So simply we have to do BLoC provider dot of context, and this will be the post Cubit, and simply call the like post, this accept the post entity, and open this, and inside this it required, I think, let's check the remote source implementation and the like post, the post collection. We already have the get current user UID, we have the post, and we simply have to pass only the post ID. So this will works after this. So go down here in the like animation, not in here, in the single post card widget. Here in the like method, post ID will be widget dot post ID. So on that particular post, inside the like list in the specific document of post, we will add the current user UID inside this, and then we will show the like animation for some time, and this will disappear in 200 millisecond, or let's increase this a bit to 300, let's say. Now if you have run your main.dart, simply how to start your application, and if it's not running, run your main.dart. Open the emulator, and I think someone cloned my Instagram application from GitHub and post it in here, so that's okay. Let's try it here. Double tap and a like appears, but it is in here. Now double tap again, and you can see the likes is also increasing. Again double tap, but it's here at the top left corner. We have to display it in the center, so for that we have to do one thing in here. The alignment of this tag will be alignment.center. So that's it, how press Ctrl S and open again and do this. It likes, it unlikes, or it likes. Now it again unlikes. Now we also have to do something for this small like or the small heart icon. So where it is? Here. So here we will check the condition. Widget dot post dot likes contains the current UID of the user. If it contains the current UID, then simply show this favorite, otherwise the icons dot favorite dot, not dot but the outline, and this will be the same for the color. Copy this. We will check the condition here. If it contains the current UID, its color will be colors dot red, otherwise its color will be primary color, which is white. Now from where we will get this current UID, come up here, and what we have to do it is to create the init stat, and there will be a variable of string current UID equal to empty string, and inside this we will call the di.sl, and this will be get current UID use case dot call dot then we will do set this stat. This current UID will becomes equal to the value, which is the current user UID. So we simply call the get current UID use case by calling this call method, and then it gives us the string current UID. If I show you in the remote source implementation here, come and press Ctrl F, go to the get current UID. In this method we are simply getting the current user UID like this. So we simply call to this method from our dependency injection using this use case, and it in returns it gives us the string value, which is the current UID of the user, and we simply store it in this current UID variable. So in here on that we check the condition. If the likes of that post contain the current UID, simply show it favorite, like now outline but filled, and the color will be also like this. If it contains the current UID, its color will be red, otherwise the primary white color. Now how to start the application and open up your emulator. Now again try it. When I double tap, it like the post, you can see a heart icon came here, and one like, the likes is incremented by 1. When I double tap again, the likes animation show up, and the icon of heart become outline, and the likes become 0. It appears, disappear, appear and disappear. Just like this we have implemented our like animation of post. And if I show you the actual mechanism of this liking post animation, let's go to the browser, and that's the post collection. On that ID, randomly generated ID, we have this post, we have this list of likes in the post. So now open up the emulator. When I double tap this, my UID added here in the like, you can see on the 0 index, and the like is incremented by 1. When I double tap this again, the like ID is removed and it's decremented by 1, so it becomes 0, my ID is removed. So that's how our like animation works. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and this was hopefully the last video for the post. We have implemented the like, and we can also unlike the post. So in the next video we will go for the comments, like to do something for these comments, and next we will go for the reply and followers, just like this. So That was it for the video. I hope this video was helpful. If so, show some love in the comment section and also let me know if something is not clear to you. And also, if you want to learn more about the tickers and beautiful animations of Flutter, head over to flutter.dev because they have very great explanation of each and every little thing. So that was it for now. Goodbye, and I will see you in the next video.